Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fractal 101. My name is Alex. Thank you so much for watching this video. What we're talking about today, momentary switches. What's the difference between a momentary and a latching switch? Why would I use a momentary switch? And how do I set one up on my Fractal device? A momentary switch is when your foot is depressed onto the pedal, the effect engages, and as you release your foot, it is bypassed. A latching foot switch is when you press the pedal, it is engaged, and as you press again and release, it is bypassed. Now, momentary switches don't seem all that handy for a lot of applications. You want the effect to stay on, and you can get back to playing and free up your foot space for dancing or wah pedals or whatever you need to do. But momentary switches do come in handy, and a lot of really famous artists, as in our later example, utilize momentary switches to their advantage. So let's look into how we can set up a momentary switch and some of the things that you need to be careful of when setting one up. So for the sake of this example, we have a rather simple preset. We have our input block, amp block with both a heavy and a clean sound dialed in on different channels, running into a Mesa Boogie pair of cabs. We have the Gift of Tone, Alex Lifeson chorus running in parallel with appropriate parallel settings. That and our unprocessed signal run into the reverb in series, going into our output. Our heavy chorused tone sounds like this. Now, Alex's tone is typically put in front of the amp with the chorus, but here we are running it in parallel. Maybe we want to assign that chorus to a momentary switch, just so we can bring it in when we need it, and then bring it right back out immediately. Control switches to the rescue. We're going to assign a control switch to the bypass function of our chorus block. Right click, source 1, control switch 1. Make sure that when the switch is off, you are bypassing, and when the switch is turned on, you are engaging the effect. It does not default to this. You've been warned. So now we have just our heavy tone. And we just want to bring in our chorus with a momentary foot switch. Head to your FC edit window and you'll see that number 2 is completely blank, and we have a tap function available on our third switch. For our first example, we are going to assign the control switch to number 2, go to category, control switch. This will default to momentary switch and control switch 1. Make sure that you select momentary and the appropriate control switch for whatever you're using. I'm going to custom name this chorus, and now that shows up accordingly on our FC controller. As I assigned this control switch to the bypass function, you see that it is now bypassed and we have our heavy tone. When we step and hold, we're going to get our immediate chorus tone, and then when we release, we're going to get our heavy tone back with no processing. Here we go. Success! This is wonderful. We have our momentary foot switch set up. But what if we wanted to fully utilize our FC controller and not waste a hold function? Maybe we put that on the end and then have our tuner on our hold. So we're going to copy our control switch, set it to number 3's tap function, and we'll still have room for our tuner. And we can dedicate this to something else later. So we have our chorus, momentary foot switch on the right, and our tuner for the hold on our right. Let's see what happens. Nope. That did not work. Panic is setting in live. Now you're scrambling. You have to unmute. You didn't get the effect. And then you're probably missing the big riff. Not good. So, when setting a momentary control switch, make sure you are not putting something underneath it that will also engage when you hold. You heard that the effect came in, but right after that, the hold function took over. It was no longer being read as a tap function. So we don't want to do that, especially when there's a tuner involved. We are going to go in and erase that. But what if you do want to have this as a hold function and you want to utilize the tap function for something else? Maybe we want to go back and forth between our heavy and our clean tones. So we're going to set up the tap function to toggle between scenes 1 and 2, which is our clean. We'll have both numbers there. And our hold function is our momentary chorus being brought in. We're going to just save number 3. So we're on our heavy tone. So the effect did work, but it took some time for it to come in. So you can absolutely have the tap function being set to scene changing, and then the hold be your momentary effect. Just know that it's going to take a sec for that hold function to come in and have your momentary switch turn on. This is an option if you're running out of real estate on your FM9, FM3, or your AXFX3's FC6 or FC12 controllers. But the best example is just dedicating an entire switch to the momentary foot switch. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this was helpful to you. If you liked it, there are plenty more videos on the channel. Fractal 101, tutorials of tone, gear reviews, playthroughs, etc. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.